Hello and welcome to another video from me, this tutor, and in this video we're looking at America, the AQA topic 1920 to 1973, and we're going to be looking at McCarthyism and the impact of the Cold War in 1950s America. Okay, so in this lesson we're going to be recapping our knowledge of McCarthyism. We're going to have a little quiz that will help you revise your knowledge and just find out all the key facts about McCarthyism and its impact in the 1950s in America. And we're going to be doing also the describe question. We're going to be looking at how to get 4 marks and be successful in that type of question. So firstly, let's go to a quiz. Okay, so here are 5 questions just all about McCarthyism and how it developed, and ideas about Cold War and spies as well, a little bit in there. So these are all sort of intertwined, McCarthyism and obviously the Cold War developing in post-war America and how it all impacts life. So have a look at these 5 questions and find the answers in the revision guide, or see if you can remember them without looking. Maybe your revision's going quite successfully. So pause me now and give your quiz a go. Okay, so hopefully we've got some answers, and let's do question 1. So what was set up in 1930s against communism? So we've got the idea of HUAC, okay, and this is obviously for un-American affairs they were trying to deal with, and this was before the Cold War and before maybe a fear of communism initially set up in 1930s America, maybe to sort of hunt down Nazism and deal with that sort of fifth column of threat to America. But the new idea of the fifth column, which is a phrase people use for this type of sort of external threat, well, the new fifth column was communism in post-Second World War America. So how many people did federal employees loyalty scheme investigate? So 3 million people investigated to see if they were maybe disloyal in some way. So then we've got the FBI, obviously was involved in the whole thing, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and they helped McCarthy with his investigations, and J. Edgar Hoover is obviously the famous person involved in that. Now, there were lots of spies found, obviously, or investigated, and a few were found guilty of helping the Russians, and the most famous ones who were executed was Julius and Ethel Rosenberg. And obviously, then we got the Hollywood 10, which is another good example of McCarthyism in action. And these were 10 actors who refused to talk to McCarthy. So they were arrested, and they then had their careers ruined, really, by McCarthy because, obviously, of the suggestion they might be communist in some way. Sorry, please allow me to interrupt just for a moment to tell you about some of the other services I offer. So look at my website, historytutor.co.uk, to find out more about history tutoring if you want help directly one-to-one, or if you've got a small group of friends who want help, then look me up. Also, if you want more information about my revision guides, they're available on Amazon. They are packed full of revision notes, all the essential facts, organised into revision cards or simple forms you can just look over again and again to revise. Packed full of videos helping you answer the questions. I tutor you through how to answer all the different types of questions. Lots of videos explaining how to do this. Some of them are free on YouTube. Look me up for more videos, but you'll find more and more videos on my revision guides. So take a look. Okay, so now let's look at the question in more detail. So we've got the question, describe 2 ways that McCarthyism affected America. Okay, so for this type of question, I've talked about how to do this in other videos. We need to make sure for 4 marks we have a point supported by good factual evidence, then a second point supported by good factual evidence. We probably need to write this whole answer, including our planning time, in 6 minutes. And there's no purpose for explaining. We don't need a full peel paragraph as I talk about in other questions. We just need points and evidence. Okay, so have a look through your revision guide, have a look through your revision notes, and now find 2 points with evidence about how McCarthyism impacted America. So you might want a sort of McCarthyism sort of point, and then some evidence about impacting America. Okay, so pause me now and find your ideas. Okay, so here's my ideas then. I've said at first point, it led to anti-communist attitudes and a second Red Scare in America. There was a real sort of fear of communism developing. And we could talk about HUAC, and McCarthy claimed there was 200 communists in the government. Hiss and the Rosenbergs were arrested, and they've led to a fear of the Reds under the bed and the Red Scare idea. Second point I'll come up with is it destroyed lives of many innocent people. So McCarthy accused of a witch hunt that affected the lives of many innocent people. 212 government workers were sacked. We had the Hollywood 10 lost their jobs. And you've got, if you want a sort of wider idea, you've got the idea of Arthur Miller writing his play The Crucible, all about this idea of a witch hunt. So how do we now write this idea? So you can see, as I've laid out here, we make a point, we give an example, make another point, give an example. So relatively simple. So let's make your first point now. So write along with me in your revision guide and practice writing the answer. So I'm going to say one way McCarthyism affected America was, in our plan we talked about making it more communist maybe. You might have a different idea in your plan. So write out your point now. Pause me and away you go. So I said one way McCarthyism affected America was it led to a fear of communism and, as I said in the plan, the Second Red Scare. Okay, now we need some evidence to back this up about how it's impacting people's lives. We've got some nice ideas in the plan. You may have some good ideas as well. So let's write down our factual example. Try and make sure you've got a keyword and a fact in there. Okay, so I've gone for example, HUAC and McCarthy arrested spies like Hiss and Rosenbergs. They also claim there were 200 communists in the government. This all led to a fear of communism. Okay, so very simple. Now we can get on with the second answer. Okay, so hopefully your first answer went well. If it didn't quite go as perfect as you like, add in a few more facts, or maybe practice on the second one, giving a few more facts in there. So now, another way McCarthyism affected America was. So make your point. Let's go for the second idea. I talked about innocent people being affected. Maybe you have a different idea. Let's go for it. So pause me now. Away you go. Okay, so as I said, my answer is going to be about it affected America that led to innocent people losing their jobs and being accused of things. Okay, so for example, we need some evidence to back that up. So jot down your factual example to back up your point. Okay, so my idea is, for example, McCarthy and Hoover of the FBI led some people called a witch hunt. This led to many innocent people losing their jobs, like the Hollywood 10 and 212 government employees. So hopefully that went well for you and you've got a nice, successful answer. Okay, well, hopefully you've developed your skills well there and you've learned about McCarthy and how it led to sort of a witch hunt across America in the 50s and linked with the Cold War as well. You've got lots of your skills developing for that described question. So keep watching through the videos and don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now. Okay, well, hopefully you've developed your skills well there and you've learned about McCarthy and how it led to sort of a witch hunt across America in the 50s and linked with the Cold War as well. You've got lots of your skills developing for that described question. So keep watching through the videos and don't forget to subscribe for more, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.